I've been told specifically, face-to-face by an attorney, that profanity is not covered by the Constitution. A woman out in Allentown whose toilet had backed up, she got angry with it, and she said the F word while trying to unclog her toilet. A police officer who was just doing his duty, was driving past, heard her say the F word, and arrested her for disorderly conduct, among others, in referencing the F word loud enough for people in public to hear it, because profanity is not covered by the Constitution. Excuse me, anything that comes out of my mouth is covered by the Constitution. And the attorney just looked at me with that stupid look that, basically, what are you going to do about it? And that's basically look that he should have given me, because what can we do about it? Nothing. Because everybody's worried about who's going to get voted off the island, or Britney Spears wore knee-high socks with shorts and a tank top. That was on the front page of Yahoo the day before yesterday. And until the American people actually wake up and understand that their constitutional rights have been whittled down to civil rights and then have been whittled down to no rights, you're not going to get anywhere. It's like getting on a bus with no fuel.
Well, John, all of it's gone. The Constitution is gone. You will not find too much justice in courts today. The judges are old lawyers, and lawyers are mercenaries. Mercenaries are paid by the hit, by the job, and they get their dollars from doing mercenary work. There is no justice. That's why I feel the Tea Party is too late. I think it's a grand idea, but I think realistically we've waited too long. And I do believe that we're going to have to fight. We're coming into a period when the people will have to take up arms and fight to enable their families and themselves to survive and start rebuilding, make an effort to rebuild the country
That's right.
as it used to be. And you will not hear too many people saying that, certainly not over the air, because you're getting into some federal laws by even uttering that. We're in Brave New World. We're in Fahrenheit 451. We're in 1984 right now. That is the mindset today, certainly with the legal. There is no justice in courts. You expedite cases in courts. You don't go in there for justice. And that's the way it is. And the people still believe they have the Constitution. They still believe that they have rights and all of that. They don't. They don't. They really don't. Good example on the beaches of the Gulf of Mexico, where a foreign country is dictating to the people. That's a great example. And nothing is going to stop that unless the people take up arms. And that's it. And it's happened before in history. It'll happen again to a lesser degree, I believe. This time, the only thing that we have going for us as a free people is that I believe it is now out of control, and it's going to further amplify and be totally out of control. No one will be able to control it. The powers that are in charge now, I think many of them know that it's out of control. And ultimately, the vast numbers of people may win because of that. I think we should pray for that event to occur and amplify for our future benefit, and after it comes down, we can rebuild it and make it like it should be.
Right. So let's talk a little bit, Griff, about what we've discovered in the last, since last time I talked to you. I think you told me something about the oil getting down and reaching the Miami area and having some possible implications. Can you expand on that?
Yes, I was talking to a person that had good information from inside of the power company in Florida. They're expecting the atomic plants in, I enjoy calling it atomic. A lot of the new people have no idea what I'm talking about when I say the atomic plants in Miami and serving the Keys are expected to take oil in their cooling water intakes at some time in the near future. When that occurs, the sensors will pick that up and they will cut the plants off. They will bring the plants down. Power will cease coming out of those power plants. As and if the oil goes up the coast, and if it gets into the water intake of the power plants in the upper part of Florida, they will also go offline. Any power plant up the coast that takes oil in will go offline. Any power plant anywhere, any atomic plant, will go offline if it takes oil in with the coolant water. Now, if hurricanes come along, or if whatever that situation is that scatters the oil in other bodies of water, and if it goes in any power plant, cooling water, they will go offline. Can you see a potential there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, how taxed is our power grid now? You know, and then couple that with these atomic power plants going down. I mean, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. And just think about, Florida. You know, just take Florida as an entity in and of itself, just the state of Florida. I think that you're going to see a forced evacuation of Florida, much like you are around the whole Gulf Coast, because, not only because of the oil poisoning the land and poisoning the water that you drink, but also, there are a lot of other factors or curveballs that this thing's going to throw at the people in the form of, like you just said, about the nuclear power plants just going down. Can't run them with oil in the water.
Even so, Joe, if you remember correctly, over the past few years, California is notorious for having blackouts and brownouts, especially during July-August months, because of the tax on the power grid. And when you lose an entire state or 2 or 3 nuclear power plants, that's billions of terawatts off the grid. So you're likely going to have the California brownout blackout scenario in many, many other states.
I've continued to watch the string of power plants on the side of East Tennessee, running on a diagonal line down from Knoxville. I think there are 5 or 6 plants, and some of them are the atomic. If we keep saying atomic, that will catch on. We'll set a fad, and you'll hear it coming back at you from all over the country. I did that one time on ham radio, amateur radio. I've been in amateur radio for over 55 years, I guess. And we did something like that, and we several months later we heard it coming back from all over the state. It was kind of fun. The power plants, I think 2 or 3 of them are the atomic plants over in East Tennessee, part of TVA, and they are taking repetitive scalar military hits in that area, one right after another, and they're following the same diagonal pattern as the positioning of the river and the plants. It's popping them right on top of the plants, and they don't know it, and they won't listen. Recently, there was a dam that was destroyed, maybe a year ago, something like that, and it released a mountain of sludge coming down, and it caused quite a bit of damage to the people, to the water supplies, and all of that over there. So it's more going on than just Florida. It could happen anywhere. If the entire South went out, imagine what that would be like. And on top of that, you've got to remember that the monetary system is collapsing. The money is collapsing. The worth of the money is going down by the day.
Right.
So, how would you like to die? Would you like it to be the oil or the monetary collapse or the?
Griff, I really don't think we're going to have a choice. I think that we're going to see events unfold simultaneously, and it's going to be pretty chaotic. I don't know how we can avoid it. I don't see how we're going to avoid some pretty large-scale changes to our lives as we know it. Everybody is going to have to make sacrifices. And the thing is, it's not so much can you weather the storm, but have you prepared yourself to weather the storm? And by that, I don't mean so much as